what up, bub? I'm here to do a first thoughts video about the X-Men 97 trailer. And here we go. There's been a lot of talk about the return to the original animated series. This is the first big MCU thing with the X-Men. Actually, I shouldn't say MCU. Excuse me. The first Disney thing with the X-Men since they reacquired the film rights to the whole franchise. And one of the big things they're going to do is, I guess, do one remaining last season of the old classic series. Now, I didn't think we really needed one, but this is kind of maybe a good way to kind of wrap things up. And it does kind of, when you think about it, in conjunction with Deadpool 3, it does feel like Disney and the MCU are kind of trying to, finish things up and tidy things up with the Fox era of X-Men films and animation, and use that to jumpstart their own reboot here. So at least that's kind of what I'm getting at. And one of the things would be bringing back the big main series. Although I also really enjoy XMen Evolution, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna say briefly, I really liked the original 90s series. I think Evolution was a little bit better, but I do value how important the show was. And even though some of the voice acting was a little stilted and the animation did not look great in a lot of episodes, I can't argue with how important this show was as far as advancing and evolving, not just superhero cartoons, because at the same time, DC Warner's was also doing Batman. And this was a great time for superhero cartoons, let me tell you, because they're kind of competing and bouncing off each other. They also, I think, helped advance Western animation storytelling because, while Batman was fantastic and, of course, like a game changer, X-Men really kind of leaned into story arcs, and they did that with Spider-Man as well, but I think X-Men was a little bit better at it. And it did almost seem like when you watch the show, they were kind of figuring it out. They didn't have an advanced plan when they started the show, but you can kind of see them kind of work into and lean into it a little bit better, to the point where they had a pretty good run on the show. And it, as you can tell, it's not just a theme song that people like. It's people really cared about how well this show was done. And it is really important to see it kind of brought back for one more, I don't know, one more victory lap, frankly, for the show. And we pick up where we apparently left off. I'll be honest, I don't think I saw the last episode of this show, now that I think about it. And apparently, it's a really nice trailer, because what it does is it goes and uses the original footage from the last episode with Xavier passing away in his deathbed, with the X-Men vowing to continue their work to make a better world. And we see an old 90s TV, and static, and X-Men merchandise. The Colossus figure is on the side, which is kind of funny. I had one of those. And then we cut to the present day, or at least 97, with the new animation. And one of the things I was very interested in was what the show was going to look like. How close to the old animation was it going to be, or were they going to go off and just completely do the animation in a new style, improve it, because I don't know if they want to go with the original designs, but they actually did. They found a nice marriage between what the show used to look like and the designs, but with modern animation standards. The color, first off, that city shot looks gorgeous. They use a lot of strong, good colors in this. The animation is more fluid, and it's kind of interesting to see these character designs in a better, a stronger animation, which is kind of exciting, actually. I think, just judging from this footage, they didn't go too far away from the old design and look of the show, but enough to strengthen it. So that's kind of exciting. And of course, we get touches. Morph is still there, and Morph has his kind of post-animated look, where the comics had him kind of look a little bit like Spider-Man's chameleon, frankly, which I think is a cooler look, frankly, from his original. And we get to see like Jean pregnant, and very curious where that story's gonna go. Uh, there's just some exciting shots of like Storm, and that shot of Wolverine and Gambit like attacking, and he's like charging up Wolverine's claws. I assume when he sticks whoever they're fighting, they're going to explode. So that's going to be really cool. I'm very curious to see as to like where, I guess from what this trailer is giving me, it's where we go from here without Xavier. I guess because Xavier passes away, the challenges are going to increase and the tension is going to increase on Cyclops. And I'm very excited to see Cyclops develop as a character. And you know what? I'm going to say we are getting into like a new era for Cyclops because there's a lot of damage done to this character from the live action films, and that kind of bled into the comics as well, where everyone just freaking hated this guy for some reason. And I've been watching him kind of get artistically redeemed in the comics, and I'm looking forward to that happening here because it does look like there's a good, solid, strong focus on him in this trailer. And then, of course, we get the last shot of Magneto claiming he's taken over the school. So this is going to be really interesting. And I got to say, man, Xavier and Magneto, God, they're like a couple that broke up, and they've just made their breakup everyone's problem. Like, okay, like, get your crap off us. We're just trying to live our lives, and you two just can't stop bitching at each other. Hopefully, they'll be able to solve that, I guess. But I'm very curious to see where this goes. And that's talking as someone who wasn't the gigantic fan of this show. But you're kind of selling me. This trailer has sold me, frankly. What do you, the viewers at home, think? Were you a casual, a non-fan, a fan of the show? What did you think of this trailer? And are you excited? We're only less than a month away. So let me know in the comments below. You can click the notification bell. For all things Manos, you can find me at a bunch of locations like, let's see, Facebook and Instagram and Tumblr and Threads and Blue Sky. And you can support this channel just $1 a month, as well as Manos Publishing, my own comic book company, over on Patreon. So I think that's it, kids. And we're going to be talking to you next time. Push the button, Lindsay.